Okay, everybody, we are live. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get into the stream here. So fast forward to about 2 minutes if you really want to get to the content. We're going to be talking about the biggest mistakes that new people make when they are sourcing on Amazon, they're starting on Amazon, because I get calls every day. I'm talking to new sellers. I pretty much have between messages and phone calls, and I see the same mistakes over and over and over again. So we are going to prevent all that stuff here today. One thing I do want to mention on right now is that I do want to do a shout out, okay? Because I got one student that messaged me. His name's James, and essentially he said that just watching my videos, he took his business from zero. And then this is what his business looks like so far this month. He's doing arbitrage. The first 2 days of May, he sold my gosh, he sold almost $1,000 in the first 2 days of the month. So huge shout out to him. I love hearing this. If you guys have success stories, please reach out to me and tell me, because I'd love to shout you out on the channel and at least hear from you. So with that, let's go in and actually take a look at these biggest reasons why people fail. I should have wrote these out in an actual list, but the first one that I've talked about, and this is something that I haven't talked about ever, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it ever either. It literally just hit me as I was watching a video about 3 days ago. And the biggest mistake when coming to find new products is you guys aren't respecting the sub niches, okay? A lot of every single person that teaches how to find products, they simply go into, they say, hey, pull up a product. And this is, okay, where this came from. So I actually watched one of the streamers pull up, one of the YouTubers pull up my exact product niche. He looked at it, and in half a second he said, wow, this is a bad niche, and just clicked out of it. Literally took him half a second to do that. And then I was like, hold it. There is one guy in this niche. He's not really a competitor of mine because we have different uses for our products, but he's selling 1,000 units a month, okay? His pictures are not that good. And he has no competition whatsoever with his specific product. So I was like, how is this not a good niche? If somebody comes in and competes against this guy, which is something I'm working on, but if somebody comes in and competes with this guy, they can kill it, okay? He's selling 1,000 units a month with bad pictures and no competition. So the problem is a lot of you just look at the entire niche and you're not looking at these sub niches, okay? I got a pretty decent example for you. So a lot of you, this is something I found on Viral Launch, okay? We got the big niche here, which is bath bombs. So if you go look at bath bombs, we're probably going to see this is way too competitive to get into, I know for sure. So then you guys realize that there's a sub niche of this, which is bath bombs with toys in them, okay? Oh wait, I want to let me go to it. Bath bombs with toys in them. So that sub niche might be a little bit better for you to sell in, but the really best niche for you to start into, especially if you've only got if you can only buy like 200, 300 units of something to start, is not actually to even come into a niche like this. It's to come into a niche of the niche. So you might see that there's one guy selling bath bombs, okay? He is selling these kind of bath bombs. Everybody else is selling bath bombs that look like this, or he did this bundle and nobody else has this bundle, okay? And if he's selling really well, that means that you could come in and compete directly with him, okay? And so maybe somebody's selling bath bombs and some kind of like hand cloth, and that guy is just absolutely killing it, and it's a really good idea. Don't even try and compete with everybody else on bath bombs. Just come in and compete against the one guy. And since you already have a product that people have said they wanted, okay, that is how you're going to compete. That's the easiest way to start, okay? A lot of you you need to dive down really deep in these niches, okay? There's no way that this streamer should have said my niche was bad, because there's one guy doing 15 to 20K a month with zero competition, okay? My niche is so small. That's why he clicked out. He's like, oh, this niche is so small. There's only like 4 or 5 guys competing in it. And then, I hate to break it to you, you know how hard it is to get ranked on the first page when there's only 4 guys selling product, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Let's go take a look and see what kind of chats we got here. So, healthy, wealthy, and stealthy. Been hesitant about signing for Jungle Scout because the data seems not to be accurate. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I don't think Jungle Scout is accurate. That's why I started using Viral Launch exclusively. And that's why I'm promoting it. Again, if you guys sign up for Viral Launch Pro, you get a free call with me. And I'm kind of irritated with some of you, not because I'm actually irritated, but some of you have signed up for Viral Launch Pro and you've never scheduled your consultation. I don't know if you're waiting until the course comes out, but like, please don't not claim that. Please claim that. I don't want anybody to go without getting that. And Sold by Tech, what's up, man? No problem for the phone call, guys. I love talking to subscribers. I really do. So the second problem I see, besides disrespecting the fact that you can go really niche and those are where the best products are at, the second problem I see is people not differentiating, okay? This is a market I've called out multiple times because I almost got into it. The price of this product was, I mean, you can see now I've got people selling for $7, okay? These are probably new sellers trying to run their, well, this guy's got too many reviews to be a new seller. But this is a market that the product used to be selling for 10 bucks, 10 to 12 bucks, maybe even 13 for the single and 20 for the doubles. And now you can see that instead of selling for 13, the singles are selling for 10, 9. We got guys selling it for 6 bucks. And this is what happens when you do not differentiate your product. I talked to a guy earlier today. Was it today? Yeah, it was today. And he came into a niche over in the UK, and he's selling an 8-pack, a 5-pack of the product, and everybody else is selling an 8-pack. And I'm just like, bro, why would anybody buy your product over the other guys, okay? And it's not like his price was lower. He couldn't afford to compete at those prices because he only bought 200 units. So you guys got to figure out how to differentiate. I promise you. I mean, the reason why I had no problem getting to page 1 for my super niche product is because I differentiated, okay? And I did a really good job of it. If you literally can't send me an email with 2 or 3 bullet points telling me why your product is better or why people are going to buy yours, it's probably not the product to go into unless you're literally the first mover, okay? If you literally are one of the first 4 or 5 people to launch it, then you're probably going to be fine until it gets more saturated. But again, people come on every day and you don't know how many people are going to launch. While you're doing while your product's being shipped, while it's being produced, there could be 4 new sellers by the time you get on the listing and you're like, wow, why has the price gone down 4 bucks, okay? So I don't want that to happen to you guys. Another big mistake I see that gets a ton of you is suspended. I get somebody probably every other day telling me they got their account suspended this way, okay? Hey, Adam, I tried to sell a product from Alibaba on somebody else's listing and I got my account suspended, okay? That's called hijacking. Amazon doesn't like it. You're not actually selling their product, okay? They're the manufacturer of their product. They didn't sell you any units. I had somebody contact me telling me they sold Pokemon cards from Alibaba on Amazon. I was like, those are 100% fake. Do not go around hijacking people's listings. Now, arbitrage is completely different, and this is something that people have multi-million-dollar businesses doing. That's going out to Walmart and like wholesalers and you know, going online and buying the actual product, okay? In this case, you're buying the actual product from Alibaba. You're just buying one that looks similar or is kind of the same, and that is 100% not okay. Every day, somebody gets suspended for that. Daniel, nice to have you on the stream, man. And if you guys got any questions about this or the free course that's coming out, June 1st is the launch date. I want you guys to give me your info. How can I avoid being targeted by retailers as a reseller during retail arbitrage? So are you talking about people sending you, so you go buy the product doing arbitrage, you put it on the listing and the brand owner messages and they're like, hey, we don't want you selling our product. You need to stop selling your product or like we're going to report you to Amazon. How do you prevent that? Really, so a couple things. First of all, it's a very small percentage of people that actually care, and you'll figure out which brands are good to continuously source, because once you've sourced a brand and you refine selling it, you can just source the heck out of that. And if you do get a couple many brand owners that don't want you selling that product and they are dicks about it, couple things. First of all, I've always had them send me a letter that like, hey, we don't want you selling our product. We're going to give you, besides Intel, okay? I'm not Intel. Besides Belkin, every other person sent me a letter. They said, hey, you got 2 days to respond to this email. Take your crap off and then we won't report you to Amazon. So technically, you're probably not breaking Amazon's terms of service when you're doing this. But if they report you, you're going to have a hell of a time actually having to go through and deal with it. It's not worth it. So what you want to do is take your product, lower the price, sell out within those 48 hours, and just get out and move on to something else, and move on to other products. It's not a big deal. I've had multiple brand owners give me really positive responses like, hey, no problem. I'm like, hey, I will make sure that I don't sell any more of your product. I'm sorry this happened. And I've gotten really good responses from them. So you just got to be you got to be helpful, okay? I mean, as long as you do that, you should be fine. So let's go back. Keep giving me your questions. I love answering. That's why I do live streams. More reasons why big mistakes newbies make that you shouldn't make. People that launch, so this is one person you don't want to be. The person that calls me and says, hey, Adam, dude, I'm ready to launch my product. I'm going to launch this product, and I'm just going to use this product to learn, okay? You shouldn't just be choosing your first product to learn. I want you to actually go out and find a good product. I get a lot of people launching subpar products, crappy products, just because they want to learn Amazon, okay? There's no reason you can't learn Amazon and pick a good product at the same time. So many people do 2 hours of product research. They're like, this is a good product. It's cheap. It's going to help me learn Amazon. And then you're going to get really discouraged when your product launches and it fails because you just wanted to learn the system. You're running too fast. I hear people tell me this every week. It doesn't take that much more work to actually pick a good product to sell than it does just to pick one just to learn the system. So another thing that I see so many people doing is completely getting way too much education. This is on the other end. The other one, the last one was people moving way too quickly, and this is people not moving at all. I know so many of you guys own 2 or 3 courses. You've been watching these videos for 6 months. You still have never got a product sample in your hand. And I'm just going to be really straightforward with you. You are never going to ever succeed on Amazon if that is you, okay? Because the people who make the money are the people who move quickly. These markets change every single day. And I had some guy message me. He told me, hey, Adam, I saw your first video on arbitrage last Friday. On Saturday, he was out in stores sourcing product. He picked them up, and he had them shipped to Amazon on Monday. Okay? If you move like that, you're going to be successful in this business. But a lot of you just sit around and twiddle. I don't know. You guys got to stop being afraid. I know a lot of you are afraid to spend money, and that is what actually I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite here because I was afraid to write my $5,000 check for 3 months. But you guys have to actually do it. You guys have to actually go out there and write the check. Let's get back to some more questions here. Cool channel, bro. Thank you, Noob Jets. Hit the subscribe button. If I buy 50 of the same item from a brick and mortar store, will the store suspect I'm going to resell and take action against me? Okay. Charletto, worst thing they can do is kick you out of the store. I've never had this happen to me. I've only read stories of it, and it's really, really, really weird. They could suspect you of reselling, but that's, again, worst they could do is kick you out of the store. After they sold you the products, they can't do a thing, okay? So sometimes, when I was going out and buying those CD players at Best Buy, I came up with all kinds of excuses for why I randomly needed the guys to go to the back and take every single CD player out that they could get, okay? So I'd be like, yeah, I'm hosting a work party and it's a 90s theme, so I need to get a bunch of CD players. We're going to give those out. Just ridiculous stuff like that sounded kind of legit. And it worked every time. I had never had anybody ask me if I was reselling, and I bought a lot of CD players from the same stores over and over again. I'd use the same excuse in the same store 3 days later. After they restocked, they come in, I'd be like, hopefully this isn't the person I talked to last time, but I don't remember because I'm terrible with names and faces. So hey, I need to go get some stuff for my work party. Do you guys have 10 more of these CD players in the back? So yeah, you'll be fine. What are the best brands to allow retail arbitrage on Amazon? Says Viral Mods. Well, okay, so since I've gotten so many other things going on, I have done less retail arbitrage recently than I've done before because I've got YouTube, I've got a free course I'm putting out, And the fact is, like, I'm going to make more money per hour working on these things than at arbitrage, even though, believe me, you can make good money on arbitrage. So I'm going to give you guys my favorite store to flip that I ever flipped. This is the one that if you guys watch my old videos, it was like, I'm covering up the products because of one store that I buy their stuff over and over again, okay? I'm going to even put it in the chat for you guys. But this is a store that you can go and get 15% off discounted gift cards, okay? So not only do they have their stuff super on sale, like once every 2 or 3 weeks, you'll get like buy one, get one 50% off or 30% off your whole purchase. Then you can get cash back on top of that. And then on top of that, you get 15% off discounted coupon gift cards. So like, I've made plenty of money at this store. Go make your own money, okay? So a lot of this stuff, you guys, it's a store on the West Coast, okay? Brookstone is where I bought a lot of stuff. Probably, I don't know, probably $3,000 to $5,000 worth of merchandise at least. Probably closer to $5,000. And that's where I bought a lot of stuff. Go check it out. Just make sure, wait till they actually have a sale. And they do a really bad job of selling their stuff on Amazon. Like a really bad job of selling their own stuff. So you guys should be able to make some money there. Okay, next question from Adrian. How do I get to the top of the search? I'm thinking about going to local stores and buying the best items I could sell on Amazon. Those are two totally different questions. We'll answer them separately. Thinking about going to my local stores and buying the best items I could sell on Amazon. Any advice? Get the Amazon Seller app. Watch my video. It's one of my very first ones on how to use it. It's my video on how to do in-store sourcing, because you absolutely need that app, or you're never, you just can't do it. It's not even possible. How to make my item go to the top of the search list at Amazon? 1, put out as many keywords as you possibly can in your listing, and you got to be really strategic. There's a whole other video. Obviously it'll be in the course on how to really do keywords well. And on top of that, you got to get that sales volume, okay? And you can see your BSR go down as you actually do giveaways or as you drive outside traffic. Now, the one mistake I see so many people make, and I just saw some guy yesterday, I was on a call with him. He's like, I'm doing giveaways. I got to the first page, and then I fell off the first page. And I look at his listing, and I'm like, well, dude, your first picture sucks. Like, really sucks. Why will you get any organic sales on the first page? Because your listing sucks. So a lot of times I see that you need to get your listing going. You need to get your listing solid, okay? One of the mistakes I have on this list right here is new people ignoring pictures, because you think it'd be obvious, but like I see it, everybody's listing. They're like, dude, why isn't my private label product selling? Every single one of them, I tell them, pictures is it. I've yet to have somebody whose product wasn't selling and pictures weren't a part of the problem. Okay, King of Kings, boxing. I'm going to assume that's your boxing brand. Is this pertaining mainly to private label and retail arbitrage? This is pertaining mainly to private label. Should have put that in the title of the video. Private label question from Shurin. Gosh, I probably butchered your name. Private label question. I'm going to sell something relatively new that I can't find a lot of sales history for. Should I try it anyways? This is a very good question. Oh, I love this one. So, brand new products that people haven't, like pretty new products. So there's a couple things we need to consider. One, is anybody selling it at all? Okay, if literally nobody's selling it at all, then you really have no sales history behind it. So a couple things you should do. If it's a product, you can go ask your friends and family. If this is a cool product, go do that. Okay, it might be a niche product where they're going to be like, I don't know, I don't care. But if you can, ask people that actually are in that. Another good idea: go to Facebook groups for that niche and post in there like, hey guys, I'm starting an e-commerce store. You guys think this is something cool to sell? I know this is a niche. Ask them if ask them. Just literally ask them. The other way to do it is, you got to think, I'm assuming it's a product kind of related to another one. So really analyze that market too and see how that product is. But that Facebook thing is something I literally just came up with, but it's a dang good idea. So go do that. Adrian, could you show us right now from Amazon something you consider good pictures to a bad one? Yes, I'll absolutely do that. Good pictures versus bad pictures, okay? We're going to go with magnetic, what's the name of it? Magnetic microwave splatter lid. Okay, for the one thing that, wow, these pictures are all not what I was expecting. So a lot of these people do really, the best ones you can do have brands. You need to have your logo in the picture. That's the best first pictures I ever see. So you see how this guy, this is a terrible example. We're going with a different niche, kids. These guys are all, first of all, these guys are all breaking terms of service, which they're getting away with it. So they're doing fine. But like, technically your first picture is supposed to only have a white background. But I know a lot of people get away with it. I'm just telling you that you don't be surprised if one day down the road somebody complains and you get a complaint. So let's go check something else. Somebody give me a niche to go look at. Let's go look at kitchen knives. Kitchen knives. There's not really a lot of people doing good pictures in that knife that niche you're just looking at. However, there used to be. I don't know where they went. They probably got scared off by how far the prices are going down on those products. Again, most of these are niches that I've looked at before. Gosh, these things don't want to load at all. I'm telling you, the most important, okay, let's just cover the basics here of what you should have with your first picture. It's always best if you guys could have a picture of your logo. Like if you guys have your logo on the product, if you guys can have that very clearly displayed in the actual first picture, that is the best thing you can do. And I was trying to find one with that old thing, but that is probably the best thing you could do. I mean, like if you look here with this cuisine art, how they got their logo clearly there, that is a really, really good thing to do. And especially a lot of people will just get stickers. They'll just have stickers on their product. Let me see, like if I was selling just a plain container like this, if you got your brand on the side, get a real good shot of that picture. That's the most important thing. This is probably better for a different video, so I can actually find some good examples. We're gonna save that for the course probably, because there'll be lots of pictures in there of actual good stuff. I remember you talked about Petra. Did you end up using them? So no, I didn't end up using Petra for anything. The prices were just really high. What I should have done is call them to actually talk to a rep and actually get items. But I was so new to Amazon at the point, like I don't know, I didn't have my head screwed on straight. And now what you really need to do, so the process to get wholesalers that from people who've actually been successful, they will contact an insane number of wholesalers. They'll only get if they contact 50, they'll get 4 of them and actually like let them buy stuff from them. Then they will get a huge list of every single item that they could sell. It's just an Excel spreadsheet. Every item the supplier offers, the UPC code, and the price. And then you run that through a scanner. Tactical Arbitrage has one. There's a bunch of other people that have these products, and it'll actually scan each one of these products, compare the price against the price on Amazon, and you will know if you can make money. I mean, that's how they do it, because it's such a small percentage of suppliers want to work with you, and such a small percentage of the products they sell are actually profitable. So just know that. A bunch of yo and hello and thank you guys. What do you think about DHgate? Guys, I've never used DHgate. I've never seen a need. I know people are getting their supply really fast. It offers like 5-day shipping or something like that. The problem is, if you're getting 5-day shipping, you're not differentiating your product at all. That's the problem. If you're looking at a product where you just need to move really fast on, it might be a good idea. But if you want to differentiate, what you should be doing, DHgate's not gonna work, because you need to actually ask manufacturers like, hey, can I get this certain packaging? Hey, can you bundle these 2 products together? Hey, can you change this on your mold? Like, that's why I'm still using Alibaba. Seems better for new people because you don't have to order as much inventory. I will take your word for that, and you don't need. That's good to know. But again, let's talk about how to launch a product if you have literally $1,000 to launch a product with. A lot of people get this mistaken on how to actually do this, because it's not something I recommend. But if you could find the right product, I'm not going to stop you. I know people who've done it successfully on $1,000. It's not a lot, but people have it. So if you need to order only $1,000 worth of product, first of all, remember you're going to need some money to do PPC. Okay, so save away a little bit of money to do PPC. And if you guys need to find obviously a product you can produce for very cheaply. but you need to find a niche that's very, very new, a product that's coming up and coming. Like I'm talking about a very, very new niche where you can literally just order, like if you had discovered fidget spinners, okay, and been one of the first, you could have bought $1,000 worth of fidget spinners, had them air shipped over, and you would have made money. You're probably not going to find a craze like that, but if you guys can find a specific niche that's really hot, that's becoming really hot, it's going to take a lot of research, and you guys probably want to get on Google Trends and look at Google Trends. That is one way to launch a product with $1,000. Another way to do it is to launch a product like my product, okay? There's only, there's probably page and a half, 2 pages of results total for my entire niche, okay? Now, it's not a joke. There's literally a page and a half to 2 pages in my entire niche, actual people selling this. So what you could do is find a niche like that, and there's only, I'm telling you, there's only probably 5 or 6 of us who are moving product, actually moving product on a consistent basis. If you can find a niche that's very small, where it's not hard to get ranked on the first page, and then you pick a way to find a decent way to differentiate, or you do what I was talking about earlier and come in and compete against 1 or 2 guys in the field, that is how you can launch a product with $200 to $500. Okay, but a lot of people just are not launching products right with like $1,000. Okay, either 1, find a really new niche, or 2, find a niche that's very small but still has a couple guys killing it, come in and take some of their sales, differentiate just enough that you guys can get your own sales. Those are the 2 ways to launch a product with $1,000. I've seen it done wrong so many times. That's why I'm talking about it. So, and the one last thing that I want to talk about, I have on my list of mistakes new people make, is you guys don't know how to use keepo graphs, okay? If you guys don't know, I'm not gonna give you the tutorial because I have an entire video on it, but you guys absolutely have to know. A lot of you don't even have this extension installed. You've never looked at keepo, and I know because I talked to you guys. So keepo graph, let's take a look. It's so important because you guys can see how long this product's been selling. You guys can see the price history. So let's take a look at this product. We could see the sales price. Let's see the buy box price. So we could see this guy used to be ranked for selling for $13 in February, and you can see now he's selling for $10. Well, that guys, if he's selling for $13 and now he's selling for $10, that's like a 25% reduction in price in literally 2 months. Okay, so you guys need to understand the sales rank history. Let's highlight it for you. Sales rank. This is a very consistent sales rank, but you guys don't even have these extensions installed. You don't even have them installed, and you guys should be looking at this. The pros are using keepo a lot, okay? Because you guys can see this guy's been launched for 129 days. In 129 days, he's managed to get 45 reviews, and he's one of the best sellers, okay, of this product. Oh, and he even got his brand gated. Isn't that nice? Well, I'd love to be that guy too. So let's go back to some more questions here. Howdy. I'm assuming you're in Texas right now. What are the best extensions to download? Is this for arbitrage or is this for private label? Give me a little more on this, Adrian, because I have videos on both. I could pull you to. Have you heard anything about Alibaba stealing people's products ideas? So first off, on Alibaba, you're messaging individual manufacturers, and they can steal your actual product. You could say, hey, I want you to sell this bottle. I want it this very certain way. Could you put a new design on it? And then you could see your products up on Alibaba. You could see your product come right up on Alibaba, and they're selling that exact design to anybody. So a couple ways to actually prevent that. The first one is the not as good way, but it's the easiest way. It's the one you need to focus on. Build a relationship with your supplier, okay? I've got my supplier. I've actually met him in real life, thankfully. He was at Vegas. He was in Vegas for ASD. I was in Vegas for the Just One Dime conference, and we met up. My product's not on Alibaba. I've checked. I've looked. It's not on Alibaba, okay? I've been very communicative with him, and I got really lucky finding him. But if you could figure out a way to build communication with your supplier, also if you're vetting out multiple suppliers, pick the one that you trust the most, assuming price is similar, because that is the best way to differentiate it. Second thing, the best one is to actually get your products, bring them somewhere else, and bring them to the U.S. and then put them together there. So if you're coming up with some really great design that's really differentiated, let's see if I got an example. If I'm putting together And if I was putting together a camera, what I would do is I would take there's like 10, let's just say there's 10 parts to this. I would get all those 10 parts by different manufacturers and then import them to the US, have somebody here in the US put them together, and that way, I mean, nobody in China, knows the end product. Okay, they don't know how it works. They don't know all the products. So that way, they definitely cannot put your product. So if you do have 2 separate products, and that's the advantage of bundling. That's one advantage of bundling. Okay, that's the best way. That's the guaranteed way that you're going to be fine. What is the name of that extension? I'm assuming we're talking about Rev Seller, Adrian. This right here is called Rev Seller. It is the best extension by a long shot for doing arbitrage online. 100% the best, because I can see right here that I can't sell a product. And that's the most important thing you need. Because for arbitrage, you just go through lots of products and only like a few of them are actually good. So the first thing you need to know is clearly like, can I sell the product? And so this way, it's very, very quick. Very, very quick. So very, very, very quick. Okay, so another question. For arbitrage, basically to see everything about an item in Amazon. Okay, never mind. That's not a question. That's just a statement. Totally, totally different. So I do have the course, Adrian. I don't know if you know, that really goes step by step on how to do this. It's $95. It goes everything. I totally missed a question from Orgel. Totally butchered your name yet again, but do you think any of the tariffs of taxes President Trump may put on imports from China will have an impact on Amazon FBA? They could. They could. The things I've seen that they're taxing are like cars. I don't know a lot about this, but like I had some guy contact me. He's like, yeah, I'm just waiting to see how this thing with President Trump weighs out before I actually buy my first product. And I'm like, dude, I wanted to be like, dude, that is not a smart idea. This could literally go on for the next 3 years. And that's just an excuse. There's going to be a million other sellers that are dealing with the same issues you are. Don't use that as an excuse. There's literally a million other sellers dealing with the same thing. Jason, please see my question above. If my friends buy my product at full price as a verified purchase, as long as they don't leave a review, you'll probably be fine. I wouldn't have a ton of them do it, because technically, just even manipulating the BSR, the sales rank, is actually against their terms of service. But if you're just trying to get your first 2 sales or something, I mean, just don't have them leave reviews. 100% don't have them leave reviews. One of the fastest ways people get suspended. That and starting second Amazon accounts is 100% against the terms of service, and people just do it and they don't know. Or one thing I hear is that I have a seller account, my wife has a seller account, we're both on the same IP address, we both live in the same home. Next thing I know, both our accounts get suspended. Okay, if you're gonna do that, you need to get a VPN to actually be able to do that, because Amazon just assumes that you're starting multiple accounts. They don't know how. They haven't figured out a way to let multiple family members start accounts that use the same IP address. You really shouldn't log onto your seller account from the same IP address that other people are. Just not a good idea. Okay, let's see what else you guys have. I'm gonna do this for a couple more minutes. I love answering your guys' question. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about some other stuff too. Which is more important for you to search on? Which one is most important? Focus on search volume. Okay, search volume. First thing I want you to understand: not anybody has accurate search volume data. Not a single person has search volume data for Amazon. Every search tool you see out there is based off of the big search engines. Okay, because they actually release their search volume. So you are seeing their search volume, or you're seeing their search volume manipulated to try and guess what Amazon searches are. So first of all, not 100% accurate, but we will go into the importance of search volume, because it is very important. Okay, first of all, search volume is not as important as the actual sales you are seeing. For my keywords that are getting me sales, I mean, I literally had like 14 sales. I sold almost $500 for my private label product yesterday on my long tail keyword that's getting the most, most of my sales are coming from, is literally getting like 1,000 searches a month. Okay, The more broad niche is getting, I don't know, maybe 10,000 searches a month. So it's not a lot of searches a month. That's what these tools are saying. But I mean, there are plenty of people selling multiple thousands of units in these niches, okay? That's just what I've seen from these tools. So they're not 100% okay. And yeah, Jason, 100% don't. So Jason, to go back a second, no, do not have your friends and family buy your product and give you reviews. You're going to get suspended because Amazon will trace it to you. I don't know how they're so good at it, but they are very, very good at it. You've got to be a lot more creative than that. A lot more creative than that. So back to search volume. The most valuable thing is not search volume, but actual sales on those searches. So if you see something that says it's got 10,000 searches a month, go actually type in that keyword and see if the products are selling. Okay, that's the best way to know. If you go type in that keyword and not a single product fits the niche, so if you go type in red toilet seats, and nobody's selling a red toilet seat, and some tool is saying they've got 10,000 searches a month, then you might want to go look into it, okay? That's a situation where you'd contact the supplier, buy 50 units, and say, hey, can I buy 50 red toilet seats? Like, I just want to try them out as a test order. Then you can put them up there, run PPC, hopefully you should get ranked for that word pretty easily, and you can see if there's actually any demand for it, okay? But that's a situation where you should only need to buy 50 units. So, okay, I know I missed some of you guys' questions, and I apologize. If a seller is making a promotion and you see a good sales rank, will that reflect in reality too? I'm not sure what that question means. I understand English isn't your first language, but I do not know what that question means. So, one last thing I want to talk about, guys. The full course that I'm releasing will be coming out June 1st. I've got two guys that I'm collabing with here. I'm 90% sure I'm going to be collabing with Yaniv. He's been on the channel twice. He did 40K sales last month because 40K sales in a month, that's impressive. And another guy who's a 7-figure seller, Raphael, he's flying out here on Monday, and we're going to record some stuff. And he might even be doing one-on-one mentorships. But that is going to be, if that actually transpires, that's only going to be for a select group of people that it's going to actually require an application, because he only wants to work with really serious people. So I'm very excited for it. I have personally watched sales pitch. I have personally watched 3 courses now that they're all like $500 to $1,000 courses, and 2 of the 3 courses had content in them that could get you suspended. And I'm not even talking about black hat content. I'm just talking about straight up like, wow, that is outdated. You didn't even give me a disclaimer that this could get me suspended. What are you doing? Okay, not even a disclaimer. Okay, a couple of the courses, just 2 of the courses rambled on forever and ever and ever. One of the courses didn't have literally any info in it. It's like $1,000 course, literally no info, almost no examples. It's going to be very easy to beat these guys doing a better course than them. Like, very easy. I'm going to give you guys the best out there, okay? And it helps that I've done a course already. I've done the arbitrage course. I've gotten really good feedback. And now everything I learned there about how to structure stuff is coming into this course too. Because there's a couple of things that I really want to talk about that nobody did a good job on of these 3 courses I saw. The first one is differentiation. Nobody just showed, it's the most important thing, and nobody showed example after example of what's good differentiation, what's bad differentiation. Literally none of them, okay? And also, this thing I touched at the very beginning of the stream, it's not black and white which markets are good and which ones are bad. There are so many niches of niches of niches where there's 1 or 2 people competing, they're killing it, but everybody else on the page is doing bad because they got different products or bad pictures, where you can actually come in and compete with, okay? That's how my product works. I've seen a lot of other ones like that. It's a really good way to do it, and nobody's touched on that either. And there's just not a lot of step-by-step things. Another thing I didn't see in any of these courses is how to actually set up like your business, okay? Like, I just did taxes for my, a couple months ago for 2017, and being a new seller, first time business, They were freaking awful. It was so difficult to figure out the numbers. Nobody said, hey man, you should do this and this before you even start your business. You should get this program. Nobody helped me set up my business, and none of these courses mentioned that stuff to actually get you guys setting up on systems. There was no systems. There was just get your product out, build a brand if you want to. So, do you update my arbitrage course? Viral mods. So the course itself is, 2 months old at this point? I think it's let's see. So right now the course is 3 months old. I've been through it one time, and I looked at the content to make sure it was still relevant, like 3 weeks ago? Because sales started picking up 3 weeks ago. So I was like, I got to go through, make sure that this stuff's relevant, and everything was still relevant. There was one video on how to contact seller support, and that had changed, so I had to update directions for that. But yeah, it's still completely relevant. The game doesn't change that quickly. It just really doesn't. Okay, what level of education do you need to sell on Amazon? Free videos is honestly enough, Blues. Free videos is enough. I'm putting out the free course. That is 100% going to be enough. If you're talking about literally everything I learned, I didn't have a course. And at this point, now I've learned so much more, because like now that I have a product out, I have a YouTube channel, like big sellers enjoy, I can now talk to them. And now I can learn a lot from the really big sellers, because if you're just like a brand new seller who's like, what's the buy box? Big sellers don't want to talk to you, the guys who really know this stuff, because they just want to blow you off. But like now I've been able to actually network with some of these people. It's been really cool. We're actually probably going to have a meetup. We're going to have a meetup here in LA specifically for people who've launched at least one product. You've got to have at least one product out to come to the meetup. And like that's just so we can talk about this stuff, and we don't have to talk about the real basic stuff. Do you think you would ever work only once a month or hardly at all and not have to worry about money? Absolutely, Adrian. That's coming. I'm hoping in the next year I'm gonna have enough money to still work, because I love doing certain aspects of this, but other things will be completely outsourced. So like putting in YouTube videos, I absolutely love it. Do you or will you ever have group meetings with your subscribers? Can you get Okay. Do I have group meetings with my subscribers? I don't know what you mean by group meeting. You're talking about like a Facebook group? If you're talking about like a Facebook group, one thing I'm thinking about doing is having like a Facebook group that's like, so as part of the private label course that I'm putting out, having a Facebook group that's like for people who are, it's not even a Facebook group. Where I want to have a mastermind is what I want to have. I want to have a mastermind where we go really in depth on stuff. It's only for people who are actually serious, like legitimately serious about Amazon, and putting together a mastermind group where like I would go live in and interview big sellers and like get very, very in depth on things. Still, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but it's something that I really want to do. Small groups in person. Oh, small groups in person? I mean, I normally live in Iowa. Right now I'm in LA it's honestly going to be 2 months, but like nobody lives in Iowa. So small groups, so no, it's never happened. We are doing a meetup next week though. This week coming up on, I think it's Monday night or Tuesday night. So if you're in LA, then yes, you can come out and meet me. I mean, if you guys were in LA, I've met up with anybody who messaged me and said they were in LA. At least I think I did. No, I'm just in LA meeting, hanging out with my girlfriend. Nope, I didn't move. But this is the nice thing about about being self-employed. It's the best thing you will ever do. So, do you think you would ever only work? Answer that question. Okay, this is a good question. I have a widget that may be in a niche of its own, and I don't know how well it will sell. Would you suggest I start with Amazon FBA with a product that is already selling, or try my widget? It depends. Do you have a widget you can go out and buy 50 units of, or you can make 50 units of your own? If you can make 20 to 50 units without having a problem, get your widget tomorrow, put it on Amazon, run some PPC against it, and see how it does. Okay, that's the most important thing. because that's a strategy a lot of people use, is they'll just buy like 5 or 10 products, put them up, like 10 to 50 units of them, put them all up on Amazon, run PPC against them, and see how it works, okay? If you cannot get 50 units of your widget, then I'm telling, I kind of talked about this earlier, go in Facebook groups that are related to that niche, post in there, see if they think it's cool, get somebody to make a rendering so you actually have like an idea, like you can actually show people the product. Ask your friends, ask your family. If you get enough positive responses, then go for it, man. I mean, also you have to base the risk on the reward. If this is a $2,000 to get this thing produced at a minimum order quantity, it's a lot different than if you got to spend $15,000. Okay, I asked somebody to get if I could get a new mold for this product so I can make it thicker, and they're like, yeah, that's like $10,000. I was like, okay, I don't need a new mold. Never mind. There's so many things. There's so many things to it. Okay, he says he can make it here and have 2,000 pieces. Dude, that's a lot of pieces. Please ask around. There's really no way to know. How do you know about how much your course will be? I assume if you guys are talking about my arbitrage course, that's $95. My free course is not technically free, it's $1, but literally it's free. So I don't know. It's going to be the best. I'm hoping, guys, I'm hoping for it to blow my channel up. Like I'm hoping to take my channel from 4,000 subscribers to like 50,000 by the end of the year, leveraging this free course. I know of 2 other people who have out free courses. One guy's a tiny YouTuber. He commented on my videos. He's got like 400 subscribers. The other guy's got like 19,000, but he's been talking about it forever. Literally the comment he left on my video was like, technically not the first free course, because I've been talking about it for 3 or 4 months, and I'm like, yeah, I know you have been, but I actually set a date, and the date is like 26 days from now. Do I think Amazon is too saturated? No, a lot of markets are very saturated, but people ask me all the time why Chinese suppliers aren't going to just, if they think Chinese suppliers are just going to dominate the market in 3 years, it's only going to be Chinese sellers and us Americans who actually have to buy it at the, let the manufacturers make money to buy the products aren't going to be on there. The reason is because we are way better at differentiating for the American market than the Chinese will ever be. So that is why American sellers will always be doing well on Amazon, not just because they're already well established, but because we can differentiate way better. So you've got to be A, creative, and your B, got to find the right market. A lot of markets are saturated, but there are plenty that are not. Do I have a video about PPC? Nope. Get back to me on the 1st of June when the course comes out. Can you get Rev Seller and Keepo on your phone? They must have not answered this one. No. Keepo, you can get their website on their phone. Rev Seller can't get it on your phone. Essentially, the Amazon Seller app has everything the same as Rev Seller. For those of you who just joined the live stream, this is Rev Seller right here. It's the best thing for online arbitrage because of this little, it shows you if you can sell something or not. That is why I'm getting a lot of questions about it. So I'm going to answer like 2 more questions. I'm going to wrap it up. Man, I'm having so much fun though. But I do need to go. My girlfriend's going to be home from work soon. So, can we negotiate with suppliers? It looks like due to big market on Amazon, they jacked up the prices. So, a couple things. First of all, my product, I am buying the product for $4.30. Okay, I just got the latest quote and put down the 30% 3 days ago now. Okay, my product, I'm buying it for $4.30. I'm selling it for $37 right now. Okay, so I am buying product for $4.30, selling it for $37. Do you know how much margin I have right now? The only thing that's costing me a ton of money is the fact that it cost me almost $6 to ship from China to the U.S. So my product cost is going to be slightly under $10 for this second shipment, like $9.60 per unit. But only $4.30 of that is actually supplier cost. So I have an insane amount of margin. I'm literally selling the product for like 8 times what I'm buying it from the supplier. So why do I say this? Because you need to go into the right niche to find those to find those. And that's why a lot of times you should go into these smaller niches that only have a couple people actually competing because of that. This niche right here, saturated as hell. The prices, nobody's making any money anymore because the products got really saturated. And so I'm telling you, you need to find the right niche, which oftentimes is small niches. Okay. Second thing about negotiating with suppliers, you got to be really, really careful, okay? Because the suppliers in China, they will agree with you over and over again. It's just like a different culture. But guess what? If you get them to cut the price of your product by 30 cents per unit, chances are very good, from what I've heard from these very big sellers, I've heard it probably 3 different big sellers. You've got to be really, really careful because they will almost always cut the quality of the product to match that 30-cent discount. So they'll send you the sample. The sample looks good quality. Hey man, I really need a 30-cent discount. You get 30-cent discount. Next actual product comes in, it's bad. Okay, you got to be really careful. I personally am not looking to negotiate much with suppliers. I'm looking to find products where it doesn't matter. Come to OC. I don't really have a car. I could maybe borrow my girlfriend's car, but why don't you come to LA? LA is a great place. Are you going to move your product over to sea shipping? No, my product's going to stay air shipping. I had some things I had to work out this time with this, not really with the supplier. I had some questions about customs. It literally took me 3 weeks to get answers to this. So reordering my product is multiple weeks later than I'd like to. So I'm just shipping it air. I'm going to make more money shipping it air because I'll get more sales. Because I am going to stock out. And that's why I've raised my price a lot. I originally moved it to 35, then I moved it up to 37, and then I've tried 38. Not really sure where I'm going to keep it, but the lead time for my product is 6 weeks. Okay, and it's probably because it's a very differentiated product, so it's not something they produce all the time, and I'm assuming why it's taking 6 weeks. Maybe they just want all the time in the world. I don't really know. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for every single one of you that joined the stream. If you guys, I'm sure you have signed up for the free course, but if you haven't, I don't know why you haven't. You'll get an email and get first access to it. We're also going to do some giveaways to people who actually have signed up for it. Probably some free time with me. And for those of you who bought Viral Launch Pro, I don't know what you're doing. Only half of you have set up free time with me. Again, maybe you're waiting for the actual course to come out, but maybe you're not. Maybe you just haven't done it. I don't know why. So go sign up. Again, link to that is also in the description. I will see you guys in the new video coming out in 2 days. And this is me actually stopping the screen.